which we need to be mindful of, sunset. And that is sunset time. Okay. It's Cape Coral is 8:04. Sunset time is different everywhere, even in Miami, different areas. Okay, we have 5 people on. We have Laura, Eric, Leticia. Okay, oh my Lord, we have a lot of people. Diana, Corey. Okay, here we are. Wow, beautiful. Okay. Perfect. Welcome. She's the other.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Hi.
Okay.
Hi, you're beautiful. I made it. Hi.
From La Chacana, we made the cow dongs together. There you go.
Wow, I'm right there in the middle.
And we have Diana from New Jersey.
Hi, everyone.
Nathan from Virginia, you want to say hi?
Hello, hi, everybody. Thank you.
Corey from Miami Shores. Corey.
Hey, guys. Hey.
Laura, well, she's connecting. She's in Washington. She's in Virginia. We have 2 people from Virginia here. Nathan and Laura. Maybe you guys can connect. And Leticia she's connecting too, from Connecticut. Beautiful. Okay, so for the people that are out of Miami, everybody knows there's sunset time today?
Yes.
Yes? Yes. Nathan, you know yours?
I don't know mine.
No problem. You can look it up in Agnihotra timings and just plug in your address and they'll let you know. Because it would be kind of cool that we all do the fire together in our own different time zones, but they will be very close by. And hours, so we need to, who would like to keep track of time? Okay. You? Okay. Andrea. So today, that's Coral Springs. Today for us is 7:55. 7:55:20. So we should be okay. Okay, great.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know, today I'm just observing, just learning. I don't have the cow dung received yet, so I just want to understand and receive information.
That's right, you receive it tomorrow.
Right.
It's true. Okay, great. Nathan is from India originally. Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Mariana is not connected, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start. Anybody needs to say anything? You guys on the other side of the screen on Zoom, maybe Rosia, do you want to share something as we were preparing the cakes? I don't know if you want to share something. No?
Here. Yeah, sure. Oh, there's Leticia. I'm going to say something.
Hola, hola.
Hola, Leti.
Hola, ¿cómo están? Gracias.
Okay.
So I just wanted to say something. Can I?
Please.
Well, first of all, it's so exciting to see all these many people, you know, doing all this Agnihotra fire. It's just amazing. I started 2 days ago, actually. And well, Maria introduced me to it like a week or 10 days ago, but then we got ready this week. And it's been crazy running here, getting the time, but I know that we're gonna get to the point that it's gonna be just flowing easily. And I feel it. It's that fire. It's so calming, so healing, so amazing. My dogs were gather around us yesterday, and for them to be still, it's a very, very hard process. But they lied there. They were by our side the entire time. One of them was kind of freaked out, but they were observing the fire, and it was just an amazing experience. And I wish you all the best time with this. And one day we're gonna all get together because Maria said so. And we're gonna light all these fires together and produce the most amazing energy in the world to heal our beautiful planet. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here, for being there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Gracias, Maria.
Gracias. Thank you so much. And it's really beautiful that we do it, everybody in our home and where we are, because we are more of us together, all these fires connect from wherever we are. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share the screen. Okay, welcome Mariana from Coral Springs. Did you get the cow dung?
No.
Not yet? The mail got there, but not the cow dung?
Yeah, it hasn't arrived yet. But it doesn't matter. I'm not going to do it today. I'm just going to sit and observe.
Okay.
Hi,
we'll connect tomorrow. When you get there. And Eric, hi. El patrón. Okay. We had so much fun. Pretended we were in a soap opera. And at that point, after so many hours with cow shit, you're like, you have to play. Okay, here we go. Please let us know. Can I make you the co-host? No, it doesn't. We don't need it. To sign it? I don't think anybody else will sign it. No, estamos bien. Okay. Okay. This is a very different Zoom. This is exciting. Okay, so okay, so maybe I stand up here. Okay. No sé, ¿cuál es el mejor lugar? Here. Bueno, Agnihotra. Agnihotra. What is Agnihotra? Agni means fire, right? And Hotra means sacred, so it's a sacred fire. Okay, this is a healing science from the Vedas. We all know that the Vedas is the original culture from India. So it's more than 5,000 years old. Okay, and it's part of the Ayurveda practices. I'm sure a lot of us here know about Ayurveda. And because of the process that it follows at the exact sunset, sunrise time and sunset, it creates a vibration that creates healing, not only to you, but 1.5 kilometers around where you're performing the fire and 12 kilometers up into the atmosphere. And we're gonna go deeper into that. It has so many health benefits, not only the fire, but the actual ashes after you've done the fire. Here in the presentation is Shriva Sant. He's the teacher from the lineage that I learned it from. I met him in person. He went to Venezuela a couple of times, and one of my really good friends has been studying with Shriva Sant for many, many years. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Very humble man, a guru, walked barefoot, just really, really simple. And he went all over the world teaching Agnihotra for free, okay? When I heard him in person talk, I was very impressed. It was 2004 or 5. I was in Venezuela. And he said that there was the possibility of a future time, not too distant, where we could even see in this lifetime a war with other galaxies, kind of like a Star War. And this is a man who's like very humble, you know, very few words. And I was like, oh, wow. In the practical sense, he said, go to the mountains, start learning how to grow your own food, learn how to save seeds, know your water source, know your community, which is kind of like the same that we have here with the Native American traditions, no? There's that prayer that says the 11th hour is here. Know your community, know your water, know where your food comes from. So he was very clear that this path of Agnihotra was the best solution for all of us to create a sustainable living for all of us here on the planet, okay? So they say this tradition was passed orally around 1500 before Christ. And at that time, of course, many other cultures were doing fire ceremonies, performing fire ceremonies all over the world. The Hopi, the Mayas, the Aztecs. They say that Agnihotra is the resuscitated fire ceremony for these times because anybody can do it. It's extremely easy. The hardest part is to get the cow dung, but it's not that hard either, okay? It does need to have the elements that we've all been talking about, which is the copper pyramid and a base for the copper pyramid. And we'll go in more details. Let's see. So how does it work? This is a community in Poland, this picture. And this is how we're gonna look today in this house. It's beautiful when we do fire ceremony together, because imagine what it will create, no? So why during sunrise and sunset? It's because there are many energies and subtle energies, like there's more ether in the sunrise. I'm not an expert by any means on the whole physics of this, but there's tons of information online. There's videos. I've watched some of the videos. Sri Vasant went to Peru, and there's organic farms in Peru that only use homotherapy as a way to keep the crops clean and the soil and everything. And I've watched some of them. There's scientists that have been proving already. He went to the science to prove that this is actually a science and that it works. So one of my good friends, the one that took me to Srivastan, she spent time in Piura, in Peru, farming. I think it was like 5 months. And it's amazing what you can do with the ashes. You can cure the animals, you can cure yourself, you use it to the plants so that they grow better, antimicrobial. So they say that the amounts of energy that are gathered around the copper pyramid at these times with the mantra and the rice that we offer it creates so much energy that it creates a magnetic field. And so here in the text says, one which harnesses this life-giving power of the sun, creating a healing bioresonance, which purifies the atmosphere of pollutants and neutralizes harmful radiation. Because there's so much radiation right now, all the time. And we hope we don't get to the 5G, but that's gonna be really a lot to take on for ourselves and for the plants and for the animals.
Right.
So here in this, let me just sit like this. In this, you can see the solar energy in the sun, the first rays of the sun or sunset. It hits the pyramid. By that time, we already have the fire going on. I'm gonna give everybody the PDF of this presentation. I can send you on the WhatsApp, so don't worry about that. So it receives and then transmits the subtle healing of energy into the biosphere, 12 kilometers up in the atmosphere. Okay. And so it gives nutrition to all life. It covers an area of 60 hectares, which is around, how do you say here? Not hectares, but acres. So it's somehow close to 50 acres or something like that. One pyramid, imagine. Okay. They say that it's important because for them, for the farms, they say the biggest source for them is the atmosphere, not only the soil. And that's what brings the healing effects to plants too. So what are some of the benefits? It reduces stress and tension on the mind. It renews brain cells, revitalizes skin, and purifies the blood. It produces large amounts of negative ions, which nurture the atmosphere, neutralizes pathogenic bacteria, and the smoke from the Agnihotra has positive effects, or it has very positive effects. You actually, when you're doing it, once the fire is extinguished, you want to use that fire and bathe yourself with the smoke, and just, you know, kind of bathe your space with that smoke. They say that when you breathe it, it enters to our bloodstream and improves circulation. It's a tonic for our nervous system and just brings our body to a state of harmony. As we were saying before, if it's kept close to plants, the plants are going to be very happy because it's going to bring these vibrations into the atmosphere. And that's where the plants receive nutrition. And of course, to us and animals. It says that the smoke gathers particles of harmful radiation and then neutralizes them. And it kind of transforms the molecules that are polluted. They've seen how there's the energy field around plants and people just becomes stronger. They've done like the Kyrian photos, it was on one video. And when the flame dies, all that energy is locked in the ashes. That's why those ashes are used to prepare a lot of folk medicine. I've seen it used mixed with the ghee or with milk. The ashes. You want to use strainer. You want to strain it because there might be pieces of grass left or the rice that didn't burn completely. So you want to strain it and have a very fine ash after you do the Agnihotra, and keep it in a container every time you do it. And then you have your ashes. They say that if it's that it could last for a very long time.
Yeah.
For cuts, for conjunctivitis, for the eyes, you can put a little bit in the eyes inside as well. There are books on ash medicine that you can do medicine with these ashes online. Okay, any questions so far?
No? I'm just wondering about that smoke. You said it is nourishing to the nervous system. Wondering what makes it, probably is the cow dung's ingredients that helps?
All of the elements, actually.
Okay.
Srivasan says that we can't use like horse dung. It has to be cow. Mm-hmm. It has to be the rice. It has to be the ghee, and the actual pyramid and the time that we're doing it with the mantra. All of that creates the bioresonance.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
There's like, if you want to go deeper, because I think it's interesting, you can do some more research online at one of the web pages that I give at the end of this presentation. They have it. So
okay. Sure.
In my case, when I learned this, I perform Agnihotra for like a year. Not every day, but quite a few, you know, a lot. But one day we did the Trayambakam for 5 hours, which I'm gonna tell you about, which is a Mahamrityunjaya mantra. It's the mantra of triumph over death, the immortality mantra. And my whole body started an ascension process. I got really freaked out because my whole body was like shaking, and I'm like, oh my God. I could stop it, but my body wanted it to move. And my Kundalini, Nathan, was like just acting up, and I was like moving like this. But I knew it was something like my energy wanted to move to places, so I just let it do. And I heard inside of me ascension. And 2005, 4, I've never heard of ascending, but Jesus, you know. So it was like, oh, wow. And then you keep, nowadays it's like, oh, everybody's ascending. The earth, the animals, the plants. Now it's come, but back then it was like, what's happening? So today we're gonna also learn how to do that, okay, the Trayambakam. If you want to learn more about the farming, if that's something that you're interested in, or you have friends that are in farming, definitely tell them about Agnihotra. They have a technique that you place 10 pyramids, and you see, it creates what they call the resonance point, and it just creates a very nutrient-rich microclimate for everything to thrive. It says, this is capable of transforming the most contaminated and barren land into a lush oasis. Mariana, for example, where you are with that water and everything, it will be amazing for the wildlife there.
Yeah.
And your trees and. So the Trayambakam Homa is with the Mahamrityunjaya mantra, which, by the way, I learned yesterday how to say it. Really, I never knew how to say that word. It took me like 20 years to learn how to say it. So, yeah, for today I was ready for my first class. Come on in. ¿La tiene puesto? No, enfrente no. En el parque. Hacia allá. Después de la policía. Exacto. Pasa la redoma y ahí. Y sigo derecho. Y ahí mismito lo vas a ver. Hay un carro rojo ahí. Yo no grito. Tranquila, vente con calma. No worries. Oh my God, is this recording? I said I was going to record it. Oh boy, let me see.
You're recording.
I'm recording?
Yeah, I see you're recording.
Oh, good. Thank God. Okay.
It's automatic already.
Yeah, but someone asked me. So, okay. When you do this setup of Trayambakam, they do it for 24 hours. And my friend who taught me did it for 24 hours in Peru at that AMR. They had a big group of people like us. And so one would do for an hour. Because you chant the mantra and then you put every time you put the offering of the butter or the ghee with that Trayambakam. So you need a big group of people to be able to stay all night in ceremony singing this mantra, but you can imagine what it does. We did it for 5 hours and it was awesome. It was really awesome. So yeah, this is like, it's just the vegetables and fruits will have longer shelf life. So lower maintenance and costs. This is that Agnihotra farm in Poland. That's their garden. The seeds, you'll be able to replant seeds, which right now we know that seeds don't give you a second or a third yielding. You can't use them. So this is a way to also have the freedom of using fertilizers or herbicides. I don't know if you know the origin of herbicides and pesticides. Do you all know it? This is a biggie. With World War II, they had so many bombs left over that they didn't know what to do with them. So what they did is they created pesticides. They created a byproduct out of what bombs are made. And that's how that industry started. Before that, we didn't have any pesticides.
No, good to know.
So, good point here. My heart almost like fell out of my chest when I learned that. I cried so much, but here we are.
Marty, I have a question.
Yes.
I can't find the little hand to raise my hand.
No problem.
Listen, and for the benefits on agriculture, is it suggested to do it in the field, or I can set up a space, a favorite space in my backyard or in my house, and do it from there? I know this covers a lot of space, a lot of kilometers around us, but do you think it would be best to have like my seeds that I have around? And
yes, it would be best. Even though it does cover, I know my friend, she said they will go into the field and just do it there.
Okay, so
but especially if they had like some kind of bug, that's when they would just boom, just go into the field and be very close.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. So we're gonna learn 3 mantras today. Some of you already know. In your handout, we gave you the sunrise mantra and the sunset mantra. Okay, so I've recorded them here. They are online, but I will send you through the WhatsApp group because Rocio asked me to record it, so I can just send it to you guys. What is Suryaya Swaha? So when you read Swaha, that's when we offer the offering of the rice.
Mm-hmm.
And then Suryaya Idamna Mama. Nathan, do you want to sing it? Because you're an original. Prayapataye Swaha,
Prayapataye Dana Mama, Suryaya Swaha, Suryaya Idamna Mama, Prajapataye Swaha, Prajapataye Idamna Mama.
Good. Thank you. Suryaya, so that's talking to the sun. Do you know what it says? Nathan?
You're asking me? Okay. Repeat the question, please.
Do you understand? I mean, this is not in the alphabet, but do you understand what it says?
Suryaya is you saluting to the sun. Swaha is like offering to it. This is what I understood. This is Sanskrit, so I did learn, but not like whole as a main language, but a side language. So some of the words I still struggle sometimes on Sanskrit.
Okay, thank you. Mm-hmm. And then there's the sunset, which is Agnaye Swaha, Agnaye Idamna Mama, Prayapataye Swaha, Prayapataye Idamna Mama. Let's say it all together. Agnaye Swaha, Agnaye Idamna Mama, Prayapataye Swaha, Prayapataye Idamna Mama. Beautiful. And you only sing it once. If a rice grain is in your finger after Swaha, it's okay. You don't need to throw it in there. Okay? So just sunrise and sunset. you only sing it once. And I have pictures here with the process, so we will see those too. The Mahamrityunjaya mantra is if you perform this one, you need to do it not with the same. Once you do the sunrise and the sunset, you can't move the pyramid. You just sing it once, and then you let the fire extinguish by itself, and you don't move the pyramid until it's already, not hot, and you store the ashes. If you're going to do the Mahamrityunjaya mantra, you just go straight to do this mantra. Okay, you don't do the sunset or the sunrise. You can do it at any time. You can do a fire ceremony, invite your friends and do this ceremony. Okay, the Mahamrityunjaya. The difference is when you do swaha at the end, only once, you're going to use ghee with your spoon. So you're going to use the ghee with your spoon, swaha, and because it's going to be hot, you're going to place it here so that it doesn't drip anywhere else or in the fire until it's the time for swaha. Because nothing can go in the fire when you say, if you're not saying swaha, you keep it on the side. If it's frozen because it's the winter, you use the spatula. And you can use the fire to warm it up a little bit and then take it back out. And then when it's time to say swaha, you put it into the fire. We could, 6:20. Maybe we can do it before we do the Agnihotra tonight.
So this is if you want to do a fire, but it's not sunrise or sunset.
Exactly.
Maria, with this fire, do you have to also use the copper pyramid?
Yes.
Oh, because we did it once in ceremony.
Yeah, but
in a different way.
yeah.
But okay. So you would keep feeding it and feeding it into the.
Yeah, we once did the fire ceremony and we connected with this mantra, which you can, if you have the ghee and you have a fire pit. But then the effects of the pyramid is just,
like for agriculture, we would do it on this pyramid.
Yeah, I know, and for meditation too, it's better if you have a copper pyramid because of what it creates. But even just chanting it without fire, this is a mantra that is very powerful. You want to chant this together? Let's do it. It's not in the paper though. Can you all read?
You say it first.
Okay, I'll say it once. Om Trayambakam Yayamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandhanam Mrityor Mukshiyamamrita. Nathan, with your pronunciation, please.
Om Trimbakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pustivardhanam Urvakuram Iva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritan. Thank you.
Let's do it again. Now we're going to sing part. No.
Okay,
let's do it. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Om Trayambakam Yayamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urva Ukamiva Vandhanam Mrityor Mukshiyamamrita. Om Trayambakam Yayamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandhanam Mrityor Mukshiyamamrita. One more time. Om Triambalam Yayamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Purvarukamiva Vandanam Mertyor Mukshiyamakrita. No, only when you're doing that. There's like 200,000 versions on YouTube. Okay. And you can look at the meaning because it was very long, but it's triumph over death. Mm-hmm. Connected to Shiva, to the energy of Shiva. Mm-hmm.
But when we're on the fire, every time we get to the end, we say Swaha.
Yes. Mm-hmm. My knees need TLC. Yeah. Okay. So these are the supplies: the pyramid, the ghee, the rice, the cow dung, and the matches. Here's a link that I've given everybody where to find it. It's also at the end. So this is what we all need. The matches, very important. We can't use a lighter, a clock, some kind of a time, how do you call it?
Timer.
Chronometer, timer. Then the exact sunset and sunrise time, the cow ghee, and here you see the pyramid. Always good to put it in some kind of base. I was taught that it needs to be at the level of the belly button, not lower. But I see pictures of other people doing it at other times, at different heights. But that's what I was taught. And when it's the sunrise, you face the east when you're singing the mantra, and when it's the sunset, you face the west. So you're facing the sun. Okay.
Your ego.
Mm-hmm. If you're a group, it's okay. We do it in circle. But they say is at least one person is looking at the sun, facing west or east.
Maria, I have a question.
Yeah.
And brown rice is important. It can't be like any other kind of rice.
It's important. It has to be brown. Mm-hmm.
It has to be brown. Okay.
So there's different ways of placing the cow dung. This is what I did forever. Just a small triangle like this and leaving a little space in between. So you have the extra cow dung piece, you use it as a starter. And then that's what you're going to put inside so that it will light the other three. You are going to put some ghee on each of the cow dung cookies on both sides. And you're going to leave the fourth one here. That's your starter. Okay. The rice offering, you're going to put it in 2 little mounds. You just need a few. And make sure that they're not broken. They have to be whole, okay? The pieces of the rice. You see how sometimes they come broken like this?
Yeah.
So you want them to be whole. Okay. And you're gonna put some ghee on top of them so that they burn when you offer them.
The ghee is the one you use for cooking?
Uh-huh. Yes. Super easy to make. You just boil unsalted butter and you take all that foam that comes out when you're boiling it. It's gonna turn into a brownish color, and then you're going to use a coffee filter to filter the remainings, and you have ghee. But it has to be unsalted. And it's better that you don't use that pan that you use to make the ghee for anything else. You just leave it for your ghee for your fires, okay? So 3 to 4 minutes before, you're gonna light your Agnihotra fire so that you have a nice fire when the exact time comes. And this is when it gets a little harder.
Marty, but the ghee, you can buy it.
Yeah, you can buy it. This one is yeah.
Okay.
This one is at Aldi's, and it's like $6. So I have enough for all of us, for the people that didn't bring some today. We can use some. So 3 to 4 minutes before the time, the fire is not going to last you very long if you put just small pieces. Sometimes it lasts 4 minutes or 5. So I've had all kinds of situations with the fire where I'm like lighting it and it doesn't light, and then the time comes, I'm like, it happens. Don't get frustrated. Do a triambakam if that happens. You're in sunrise, sunset, and I didn't light. Okay, I'll do triambakam. And forget about the grains of rice. Don't use the rice and just sit with the other mantra. Sometimes you light it, it looks beautiful for 3 minutes, and then now is the time to sing the mantra and no fire. Can't happen. So it's kind of like, if you know you're going to do it 5 minutes before, then maybe put an extra portion of the cow dung to make sure you'll get the hang of it. But I'm sure a few times you're going to have that situation because it still happens to me today. So, and it's okay. You know, what can you do? Shit happens.
Yeah.
So,
fires, you have to always be pouring.
ghee.
So otherwise,
It's gone.
extinguishes.
And if you want to do it long, like you want to do it for an hour, like I did an hour the other day for a ceremony. It was online, but they wanted me to do the fire, so I did the fire. I had to put in more cow dung, and so that's when your tongues come in very handy. These are Claudia's, but because then you need to feed it so that, because if not, you're gonna, it's gonna, even if you add ghee, the cow dung is gonna be consumed. We can do, let me see, 6:30. We can do one. We'll do a Tiambakam now. You want to do a Tiambakam together? Okay, good.
I have one question.
Very important.
So the location, it can be on our backyard, but does it have to be open? Like, for example, if I have a deck that is like 8 feet in the height, can I do under the deck, or do I have to be out?
You can do it in the deck, you can do it inside the house, you can do it anywhere.
Okay, doesn't matter.
Not inside the car, probably, but that might be too much.
Okay.
Sometimes I keep a glass of water handy just in case,
Yeah.
Sometimes.
But I noticed that last night we had to do it inside the studio, which is our office, and because it was very windy outside, and it got really, really full of smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't recommend to do it, in an enclosed place.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's okay. I've done it many times. Open the doors. Yeah. No, it's beautiful to cleanse your home. Forget about sage. You'll see it now. We all love it.
Okay.
I mean, it will get smoky, yes, but it will cleanse the whole house,
What about the?
That's right.
Mine is not working. Yeah. I have my relationship. I have my own relationship. So, I was gonna say something. Very important. When you're doing the fire, don't close your eyes. The maximum purification that comes is because you're observing the fire. Don't go close your eyes and meditate. Do that later when the fire turns off.
Okay, that's so amazing.
Yeah, or tratak,
Tram.
When you put the fire.
staring at the sun as long as you can without closing your eyes. Even if it hurts. Even if you cry.
Yeah.
Some days.
Yeah. I mean, some days you have to be a little more careful. You have to go
Yeah,
little by
you
little.
don't
But with a candle, yeah, it's like doing that yoga purification where you put the candle and you just look at it until you start, tears come out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very healing. Very important to look at the fire. You see, remember, you don't move the pyramid until next time you prepare the Agnihotra. You just leave it by itself doing its thing. Okay.
So based on that, next time, so what's the frequency or how often should we do it?
Every day, sunrise and sunset.
Is every day, like, is there like a routine that we should follow for 7 days, 10 days, or it just doesn't matter?
Better if you do it every day, but
While supplies last.
find a cow. So these are agnihotra.org. They have all the resources, all the mantras, all the information. That's the main Agnihotra page. And the other one is the farm in Poland that I've been following them for a long time. Okay. I really wanted to show you not the whole video, but I wanted to have the presence of Sri Vasant, so that we can, if you want to comment, if you have any questions while I look for his video, we'll just watch like the first 2 minutes, and then because it's long. But I want you to see, because there's a lineage, this is not like something that was made up by it has many videos. I met with him and I remember saying, but I feel this spiritual awakening in me, and what is my path? What am I supposed to do? I was like, had a one-on-one meeting with him. At that time I was an actress. So I was like, is acting like really pure? Is that like really what I should be doing? Because what I feel is so big. Yes, keep acting. Yes, acting is good. So he really didn't give me any, just keep doing Agnihotra every day. That's what he said. Every day Agnihotra. So I said, okay. Because I was meeting this saint, the energy around him was amazing. When in the kitchen, nobody could get inside the kitchen where they prepare his food, and only his assistant prepared the food. His energy was so subtle, just very special. Like us. Like us. Huh?
Is he still alive?
No, he passed a couple of years ago.
Okay.
No, really special guy, like a saint. Very humble. Let's just watch the first 2 minutes so you get to know him.
Agnihotra is a process for the purification of the atmosphere through the agency of fire. It comes from the Vedas. Vedas is the ancientmost body of knowledge known to mankind. It is given in a language called Sanskrit, which was nobody's mother tongue any time on earth. All languages come from Sanskrit. So far, European languages are concerned, they come via Latin and Greek, they all come from Sanskrit. That means This knowledge existed all over the planet, but in course of time it got lost, and now it is being resuscitated. At the time of creation, these Vedas were given, and several sciences were given at that time. Agnihotra is the basic process in the science of medicine, the science of agriculture, the science of climate engineering, and the science of interplanetary communication. This simple Agnihotra is tuned to the biorhythm of sunrise and sunset. The ancients described sunrise like this: the coordinate of the planet where the sun appears to rise. A flood of energy comes from the sun, which consists of several types of electricities and subtle energies. They are using the word electricity in the plural. And also they use the phrase where the sun appears to rise, because sun does not rise and sun does not set. It is the rotation of the planet which gives an appearance of sunrise and sunset. This inundation of energy comes like a shock to the point where we say the sun is set to rise. These energies come in the shape of a pyramid, and at sunset, they're also withdrawn in the shape of a pyramid. This is how the ancients describe it. Then they give several definitions of sunrise and sunset, but only one particular definition is to be used for the purpose of healing the atmosphere, for removing disease in an area, for giving nutrition to all plant kingdom, and for removing stress and burden on the mind. The computers in different countries are all based on this particular program, based on this one particular definition as given by the Rishis. So this Agnihotra simple process, it's very easy to practice, very simple. This is to be done exactly at that time. If you miss the time, then it is not Agnihotra. It will not give you the effect. For Agnihotra, we need a pyramid, copper pyramid. Copper and gold are the only two metals prescribed for this purpose in the ancient science of Ayurveda. It is this lost science of medicine. We can say nearly 90% of it is lost, and what remains is just a little. So copper and gold are the only two metals prescribed. You see several women wearing copper bracelets, copper bangles for healing. In some ancient traditions, it was a custom to keep water in a copper bowl for the whole night, cover it with a copper cup, and next morning drink it from that copper cup, because something is absorbed in that water by keeping it water for the whole night, and that is good for the body. This particular pyramid, prescribed for this purpose of simple Agnihotra, has 3 steps, and this is of a fixed size. It has to be exactly the same size. This is the size prescribed. So whatever time is given by this computer now based on that particular definition, we prepare fire in this copper pyramid. And the fire is prepared for that purpose. We use dried cow dung that is done from the male or female of a cow, the progeny of a cow. In all ancient traditions, all over the world, cow dung, that means from the offspring of a cow, male or female, cow dung is treated as an extremely medicinal substance. Especially if you go to the Native Americans, what are called the Native Indians, American Indians, there are several hundred different groups in North America, Central America, and many in South American countries, for example. Everywhere where these Indians are, they hold this substance, cow dung, as a extremely medicinal. If you refer to books written in the beginning of this century, in, for example, some languages like Germany, for example, you will find some things written about cow dung as medicine. As recent as, for example, say 30, 35 years ago, in places like Scandinavia, there used to be treatments based on cow dung for tuberculosis. Of course, the patient was asked to stay in a cow shed because cow dung has some special medicinal value. Ancient texts, which have come traditionally, tell many things about this cow dung.
So if we want to do the other, the fire together, chat, someone wrote on the chat. Yes, always brown rice. So that's Sri Vasant. We talked about interplanetary communication. So we do open a portal. We actually, not do we open a portal, we access the energy that's there, and then if we do this, then it's just like we ride on that wave that it's already happening. Right? There's part 1 and part 2 of this video. It's 15 minutes each. I would recommend that you see it because it's you all now are going to belong as of today to this lineage of fire keepers. And the degree of separation is 1 because I met him. You know, that's pretty cool. Let's do Triambakam. Yeah? Okay. So
yes, maybe someone wants to log in, and then the person can focus on you, so they see closer. So like if I log in on Zoom and then I take, so they see through the camera, through my camera, they're gonna see your camera.
So what do we?
And then another person is recording.
Okay. So
one of us. Yeah. Because that way you can stay on the floor.
Ah, yes, of course.
So the one who looks,
yes, perfect.
And I can take the video and then we send it to the chat, just in case. I know you're recording.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. Great.
So you're gonna log in Zoom, Daniela?
Yes.
Can you give me your Wi-Fi?
Yes. You want to do it on the iPad? Yes.
Okay, sure.
Te doy la dirección.
El Wi-Fi.
Es la musa y es mi número 305-746-9679. Voy a hacer el link.
Okay.
Any questions?
When you say every day, it's a must every day. How do you do that? That's the part I didn't get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's for sunrise and sunset. There's not like a do it twice a week kind of thing. It's like you have, as you know, the more the better. But you don't. Triambakam is whenever you feel it. But it's a beautiful practice to start the day or end the day or both with doing the fire meditation.
You can do it.
Emilio!
You can do it either sunset or...
You have to
mute it. It's my audio.
Oh no, sorry.
Get a candle.
Okay, I'm gonna use these two.
Maybe you wanna see next time.
Yeah.
The one we
María, ¿cuál es la diferencia de los efectos del segundo? O el que se hace anytime. ¿Cuáles son los efectos del segundo? Ya hablamos los del primero, pero...
El Triambakam es el mantra, it's the mantra to triumph over death. It doesn't have the same, it doesn't have all the benefits of Agnihotra.
It's not a killing fire or smoke or energies. It's more...
It is healing because you're using the mantra with the pyramid, but it's not, it doesn't have the effects of purifying the atmosphere, is, you know? But it's a good question because they use it for 24 hours around the plants that are going through you know, difficulties. Yeah, so it, of course it's healing. But the difference also is that at sunrise and sunset, the subtle energies and the amount of ether is different. He said that the energies that come down are like in pyramid shape from the sun at that time. So we won't have those conditions when we do it right now. We won't have those conditions because it's not sunrise and sunset. That's why specifically at that time is when that whole shoo, shoo, shoo kind of magic happens, which is it hits the pyramid, it goes into the air 12 kilometers, it goes and it just creates that whole...
And I imagine that the triumph of death, it will be for the plants are going down and they're dying, or if you're going through a process that has to do with dying to something, or...
I would suggest you look into the meaning of the mantra. I didn't put the whole mantra, but it's not only for the plants, it's for us. It eliminates karma. It eliminates the fear of death and connects us to our immortal self. I will share some information that Ivan shared with me about that mantra because it's pretty amazing. It's one of the most important mantras there is, this mantra. Nathan, do you know more about the mantra?
You're talking about Mahamrutyunjaya mantra?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's you're right. It's the fear of death. It overcomes the death. So whenever you feel like you are in danger, you know, nervous, you are, you know, there is no hope. This Mahamrutyunjaya mantra will get rid of that fear, and you will, you know, pass through, you know, basically save yourself. So they are recommending it to also chant this mantra during this COVID-19, all this phase that we are going through. So it's the best to practice these as much as possible during this time frame.
Thank you. And I will share those that Ivan shared. You want to share in the chat now?
I think I have here.
Tú me lo mandaste en mi WhatsApp.
I usually erase.
Okay.
I clean up.
Talking about the mantra that we're going to do now is the one.
I just downloaded it from
They all.
It's overcome. It's the one to overcome
Fear of death.
All three
of them, or this one
No.
or the
Triambakam.
which is the one that you don't do morning or
Right.
sunrise.
I just sent it.
Oh, thank you. And I have, let me remember the exact time for today, because we do want to
7:55.
7:50, yeah. 7:55. Exacto. 7:55:20. Okay. Yeah, we have time. I think we're gonna, let's do this. Let's all prepare our cow dung, but let's just only like this one to do this mantra. Okay. And then we are ready to do the Agnihotra and maybe take a little break to go to the bathroom in between. Yeah.
For this one, we don't need to, the direction Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. No.
Because I'm gonna do it with you right now. Since we have a course.
I don't know, where should I be? Here?
Yes, she's
I'm
recording.
I'm recording you here. And you guys? I'm gonna, yes. So maybe I'll go here and you take from here.
Look at my.
We do see you from the other cell phone camera that is in place.
Yes, she's recording. Oh, perfect. Okay, graba cómo se hace la calle. Okay, great. So how do we prepare the cow cookies? The cookies. So
the virtually whoever is attending, if you just scroll over to that cell phone video and then just select pin the video, it will show in a big screen, that one.
Yeah, the people who are them. You. Me?
Yeah, so you
no, not you.
Daniela.
Pin you video? No, you guys need to do it.
Yeah, anybody virtually, they need to pin to that video. So they just scroll over their mouse on that video, and there are 3 buttons, blue buttons. There is a chat and there is a pin video. So just click on the pin video. It will show you in the big screen.
The ones that are on Zoom, just pin that video where, like, ¿cómo así? Pin that Daniela. Okay, so I'm making smaller pieces. You see, I broke this into 3. That I'm going to place like this, like a little pyramid. You see?
Mm-hmm.
Also, you can do it like this. You can create something like this, like in between. You can create, well, not with this size. You can put them like this and create it differently. So I'm going to, like bricks. Now I'm going to use the ghee to. You need ghee? So I'm going to put ghee into the cow dung. So I'm going to stretch. You can also fasten differently. Like bread and butter. Like bread and butter.
That I'm seeing is not showing, it's showing the group, but it's not showing Maria's pyramid.
That's Maria. Yeah, you go to like Daniela. Pin Daniela.
Huh?
Pin the video that's under Daniela. Where you put Maria's hands.
Got it. Thank you.
You got it?
Yep.
Okay, great. Perfect. So I'm spreading the butter like a like toast.
It looks like the little toast that I brought you today.
I'll confuse them. So make sure we don't confuse them. I feel like I've never been filmed like this with so many cameras. I always knew I wanted to be in Hollywood and be a superstar. I never knew I was going to reach the
It's a cycle you have to say.
The whole microphone.
Oh, yes.
This is more of a in the kitchen with Maria.
Yeah. I should say hi to my mom.
Sorry, we're in the middle. Oh no. I'm pulling them.
Oh, okay. So if the ghee is, so we just spread it. So this I'm going to leave on the side. So it's going to be my starter. All the little pieces that are broken like this, I can use them to make a small fire, but I could use them as starters. So I'm going to leave a couple starters.
What happens if the ghee dries up?
It becomes hard. You use the spatula. Dries, it will never dry.
So you
Don't
leave
put it in the
them like
refrigerator.
you don't use them and you leave them.
I don't put them in the fridge so that it doesn't get hard. I leave it outside. Okay, so I'm going to create my pyramid here. Kind of, you know, I'm more like an intuitive person. Like I'm not too, you know, some people do like really nice pyramids. I just, so, yeah. I take a few matches and I put them on the side. Because we have people here, let's keep it very low here. So I'm going to start my starter, which is my smaller piece. That's what I'm going to light. ¿Pueden ver? Yo creo que lo veo. Lo puedo poner aquí si quieres. Perfect. So what I'll do is I'll light it like this.
But in reality, you'll do this in 5 minutes before, right?
Yes. It takes a little while. I already burned myself. I always do that. Yes, 5 minutes before. You could, but the ghee is going to drip, and so it's going to turn off the candle. It just starts dripping the oil. But this should work. Now I'm going to change it to the palms, and I'm going to insert it here. Sometimes it turns off, so I need to do it again. Yeah, but it's okay. We'll just work it out. You gotta be very patient. Understand this spell right now. There you go. Okay. This should be enough, but I'm gonna put an extra one because we're more today and I want everybody to put a ghee offering. So I'm going to do this. I should try to move this. You see?
And this one is the one you can make at any time, right?
Yes.
And you have to say any mantra, any...
Yes, the Mahamritunyaya Vyambakam. So, so if we're doing this with more people and we want it to last, we need to keep a few of these with ghee ready. So, because we're gonna need to add them, you know? So, thank you. So right now we can even start chanting, and we'll have each one of us come here and offer some ghee to the fire, okay? So we're gonna chant it as many times as people that were here, and we'll put an offering for each one of you. You can also put some ghee like this, so that it will light. And we could open that door. And again, Sugandhim Pushtivardhana Urvarukamiva Vandana Nepyo Mushyamarita Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yayamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanam Mertyo Mukshyamamritam Swaha Om Trayambakam Yayamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanam Mertyo Mukshyamamritam Swaha Om Trayambakam Yayamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanam Mertyo Mukshyamamritam Swaha Om Trayambakam Yayamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanam Mertyo Mukshyamamritam Swaha Om Trayambakam Yayamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanam Mertyo Mukshyamamritam Swaha Om Trayambakam Yayamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanam Mertyo Mukshyamamritam Swaha Om Trayambakam Yayamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanam Mertyo Mukshyamamritam Swaha Om Trayambakam Yayamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanam Mertyo Mukshyamamritam Swaha Om Trayambakam Yayamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanam Mertyo Mukshyamamritam Swaha Om Trayambakam Yayamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanam Mertyo Mukshyamamritam Swaha Om Trayambakam yayamahe Sugandhim pushtivardhanam Urvanikamivavandanam Mrityomushiyamamrita Swaha Om Trayambakam yayamahe Sugandhim pushtivardhanam Urvanikamivavandanam Mrityomushiyamamrita Om Trayambakam yayamahe Sugandhim pushtivardhanam Urvanikamivavandanam Mrityomushiyamamrita Om Trayambakam yayamahe Sugandhim pushtivardhanam Urvanikamivavandanam Mrityomushiyamamrita Swaha 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 Om Trayambakam yayamahe Sugandhim pushtivardhanam Urvanikamivavandanam Viva Vandana Medyo Mushya Mankrita Swaha Om Rayambakam Rayamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukaviva Vandana Netyo Mushiyamamrita Om Trayambakam Yayamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukaviva Vandanam Netyo Mushiyamamrita Swaha Om Trayambakam Yayamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukaviva Vandanam Netyo Mushiyamamrita Om Trayambakam Yayamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukaviva Vandanam Netyo Mushiyamamrita Om Trayambakam Yayamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukaviva Vandanam Netyo Mushiyamamrita Swaha. One more for all of you. Om Trayambakam Yayamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukaviva Vandanam Netyo Mushiyamamrita Swaha. So now we are all fire keepers of this ancient science. So if we all have this fire wherever we are, imagine we can really help ourselves and everything around us. This is what the ancient priests, this was not taught for to women, only to men. And this is what they would do for hours, perform ceremony with the fire. To create that connection, that multi-dimensional communication, healing. So we're gonna take a small break. 7:21, and the fire is at 7:50. So we should be sitting, all of us, in front of our pyramid around 7:40, at least 10 minutes before. But are there any comments or questions?
No, I could just feel it here also, though we are remote on Zoom.
Of course.
The effect was here. It's nice.
Fire, yeah. Fire has been calling you, my friend.
Yeah.
I'm like, do fire. Yes.
So yeah, as soon as I get the cow dung, I will do it, the first thing. And then I have to find a cow.
Yeah, that's how a whole new story will be written. Nathan and his adventure in finding a cow.
I have one behind my backyard.
A cow?
There is a Hare Rama Hare Krishna temple here, and they have cows. So I think I can ask them if I can get the cow dung regularly.
Beautiful. Yes, that'll be great. Corey?
I think I have jasmine white rice, so I have to wait. I didn't actually cook brown rice for dinner tonight, so.
I could have given you some.
I know, I didn't think about it. Yeah. But I still would like to watch. Are you going to do it again?
Yeah, all of us at the same time.
Okay.
You guys, where you are. Leticia has a pyramid. Rocio has a pyramid.
Unless I might ask my neighbor if she has brown rice real quick.
Diana has a pyramid.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if anybody needs a little break, go to the bathroom, break here or there, and we'll be connecting here. 7 minutes. I'm not going to close the connection, but just so you know. Yeah?
So we come back at 7:40?
Yeah, 7:40, 7:35. 10 minute break.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Marty, I gotta go, so I leave you a big kiss.
Sí.
¿Qué dijiste?
Que me voy.
Oh.
I love you. Thank you so much, because this was my first time doing it by myself.
Yay!
Simultaneously. Love it.
Sí. Love you so much. Ciao.
Bye.
So I can move this pyramid and see if it's yeah, I wasn't like pero sí, pero lo que quitan canela y unos sweet, un black pepper,
Ya te iba a decir, yo como que sí, está calentito. Yo pensaba que estaba frío, ¿no? Lo pongo ahí. Porque yo lo hago por hacer una llamada. Lo estoy vendiendo, estoy en mi casa. Ah, sí. Ah, bueno, lo puedo hacer. Te cuento, yo lo hacía hace 20 años atrás. Luego y después guardé todo.
Más o menos.
La cuarentena.
Se me cayó.
Sí.
Era una pirámide.
Han salido todas estas cosas. Todo. No tengo que comprar nada, ya tengo 30 collares. So, it would be an honor to sell my first piece of jewelry. Porque los vendía yo hace 20 años atrás. Aquí en Miami, una tienda de una amiga mía que tenía una tienda de la India, porque yo en la India. Y a mis amigas y todo, y yo lo vendía, o sea, y así, ¿sabes? Y ahora estas cosas de los collares, bien, tres diarios, 4 diarios, uno tras del otro. No, ¿sabes? Y además que completamente diferentes a 20 años atrás. Otro estilo, otra onda, además que yo pongo incienso y le pongo para los santos y la vela y están como súper cargados además. Y ahora eso también. Además, exacto. No sabes la emoción, porque no sé si ¿te acuerdas que bueno, en Miami hace mucho tiempo venían las filas de pizza?
Yo hice
Every year, una feria de pizza que venía all around the world. Perú, India, bueno, all places. Yo me metí ahí, en piedras, solo, en cosas, en tarecos, en no, pero bueno, ya sé que una pieza de okay, because I
También deja poner stop recording aquí.